thank you for tuning into Astro Awani, and of course you're watching Silhouette, more than just fashion. Humans endlessly seek the perfect solution in everything. Because of that, we strive to do and get the best we could in life, especially for our skin. For luxury skincare brand La Mer, its new treatment lotion promises and guarantees a miracle source of vitality for your complexion.
Half a century ago, aerospace physicist Dr. Max Huber discovered the wonders of the sea and its miraculous resource and sea kelp. 12 years passed and 6,000 experiments were conducted. Finally, he perfected the precious nurturing miracle broth, which he incorporated into Crème de la Mer, the very first La Mer formula. Celebrities like Jennifer Aniston, Madonna and Jennifer Lopez swear by this product and made it their best friend.
What happened was there was an explosion in the lab, so his skin was like badly damaged. So back then it happened in around like 1960s, sometimes around that. So it was technically, over 50 years ago. So what happened was he went to so many people, both like doctors and scientists, to find a way to cure his skin, but none of them had said that he can recover. So it took him 12 years and 6,000 experiments, and after that he found a way to cure himself. So the really interesting story is he found the sea kelp, and the way that he processed it is something that we still continue that heritage until nowadays. Because when you look at the sea kelp, there's nothing really extraordinary about it. But the way that he fermented, the process that he put into, is almost like making the wine. You know what goes in there, and when you ferment it, and what comes out is completely different. So he created a very powerful, ingredient that we call the miracle broth. And miracle broth has so many benefits. It hydrates your skin, it gives your skin radiance, and it also soothing irritation. So after that, that's how he found, our iconic product is called Crème de la Mer. One of the things we use in many of our products is the technology called biofermentation. Okay, that belongs to us. And also the delivery system, because sometimes when you think about you have a really wonderful ingredients, in so many products, but the way that they transfer into your skin, it needs to go to where it should be fixing, or where the concern is. And delivery system is so important. And one of the key delivery systems that we have, we use water, is called reconstructed waters. We believe that within your body you already have water, but with water it can carry all these nutrients, but it's what we call the ionized water. So we use the magnet field, inject the water with negative and positive ion to carry all these nutrients and all the benefits directly into the skin cell. The thing that is unique about the treatment lotion is we kind of like go back into how you can actually take care of your skin. So what it does is it has a lot of hydration content into the product. So when your skin is properly hydrated, it's ready to receive more benefits. When we think about the treatment lotion, we always talk about how do you properly hydrate the skin, from the prep step. So one of the very unique ingredients that we use is called Sinodesmus. It's the algae that you can actually find in the desert. And it's really amazing because when you think about it, in the desert, how do you find an algae? Because back to our research lab, we work with many scientists to find all these unique ingredients that have delivered a unique benefit. So for the treatment lotion, we look at the assignment is to look for something that can jumpstart the skin and give the proper hydration. So they actually went to this desert. It's called Sahel. So what's unique about the desert is that it used to be the ocean, and like hundreds and hundreds of years after it became the desert. However, this algae is still there. So in order for this algae to come alive, it only needs one drop of water, and it jumpstarts its own life cycle and come to life again. So it becomes one of the key ingredients, in this treatment lotion. It was created, with Asian consumer in mind. As you know that in Japan and Korea, the watery lotion is very popular. So we take that inspiration and we make it our own by putting all these unique ingredients in there. So I think for people in Asia, they definitely understand the concept.
If it's a luxury for most, there's always something else for everyone, which is the ZA Perfect Solution on Fashionscape.
The women of today enjoy an on-the-go lifestyle. They are discerning cosmetic users who continuously search for products that carries more than one function whilst helping them achieve a healthy and radiant, younger-looking complexion. With that in mind, ZA Cosmetics launched the Perfect Solution range, a new high-performance anti-aging skincare line with natural ingredients such as the Yuzu citrus seed extract and marine collagen.
The new launch of ZA Perfect Solution is the first high-performance anti-aging skincare line that incorporates with natural ingredients such as Yuzu, marine collagen, apricot, honey, and of course come with the new technology, cutting-edge technology of triangle intensive technology into one jar, and of course incorporate with 7 trillion of collagen capsule into one. So that's why it can give your skin very firm, wrinkles, and of course at the 3 parts of the skin, which is for our face, our mouth contour area, and of course it also is the first cream for face cream in charging for the eye area for the crow's feet and wrinkle. And of course, with the high-age intensive triangle technology they incorporate for ZA, it can really achieve a firm, younger, and also smoother complexion that our customer, which is more than 90% that already try for this range, they give a very good feedback that saying the skin is actually look younger.
Thank you for staying with us. It's time for Muse. Alia Bastamam shares her fashion aspirations.
My grandmother used to sew all of our baju raya, every raya when we were kids. And then I used to play with her sewing machine. And then my mom used to do her crafty whatever using the portable machine. I pun main-main juga. Dulu zaman kecil main batu seremban kan kena jahit sendiri. Orang jahit tangan, I jahit guna mesin. Kecil gila. So since then memang I'm very crafty as a person daripada kecil. So I guess I sort of knew how to play around with fabric and the machine. And then as I grew older, I started making stuff for myself lah. Macam you know, kita masa muda-muda mana banyak duit kan, pocket money is all you have. So you know, you want to go out, just make a dress lah. I kind of realized that I like doing it. Yeah, so I was doing architecture for a while until my first year. Because my mom knew that I wanted to design clothes, but then she said, "Alah, buatlah something more professional, like you know, make more money." So I went to do architecture, got scholarship. But after my first year, I told my mom, I said, "Tak nak lah, I want to really continue designing." So she enrolled me into fashion school at Raffles Design Institute, and then that's from there lah. I started my fashion design. After Raffles, you know lah, college kids baru habis. Just want to have fun, so I was just taking like small jobs, you know, like styling for Astro or Animax. You know, I was doing styling jobs. I was styling a few celebrities for a few shows, and in between I was making dresses for my friends for fun. So after that, baru I got a bit more serious, so I started working with other designers. Before this, I worked with a brand called Sofira. They do a lot of ready-to-wear resort stuff, and that's where I got that from as well. So I think working with other designers has helped me grow before I started this company. Yeah, you can't just like straight away, okay, I want to be a designer and just do it. You know, you need to have some sort of experience, and working with Jogi, he was a very good teacher to me. It was very challenging, but I'm very thankful because I did not do it alone. I had a lot of help from my partners and my friends, and I'm very grateful until now that I had that support. My parents were at the side cheering for me. My mom mula-mula, you know, she's like, well, you better do it right if you want to do it. Don't just, today I'm going to have a label, tomorrow, I don't want to do it anymore. So my parents were very, very supportive. I like doing ready-to-wear mostly because there are so many women out there that want a nice dress, and it would be very good if my designs were more accessible. Couture, maybe I would apply that in my bridal made-to-measure, the bridal party kind of client, which I still love to do, but would love to not make so much of it and depend more on my ready-to-wear. But I still love my brides, I still love doing bridal, so in the future I'll probably still do it. You know, I would still be in the bridal market. Some clients give me a bit of a challenge, but the ideal client for Alia Bastamam is actually a person, someone who understand my aesthetic. You know, they come to me for a type of design that they know I can execute very well. The ideal client would be someone who understands their body and who understands my design. For the person to wear a dress well, she has to know her own body first before even asking for a certain type of design, you know. I don't really travel so much. People think that because I started off with Resort Collection, it's because I travel here, travel there. But I do have my moments when I just take off, when I need to have my time out. And every time I go on a holiday, it's always a nice feeling to reinvent yourself over there. So dresses that are too colorful or too flowy or too short, tad bit too short, you know, you can get away with it when you're on vacation. So I think it applies not only for me, I think it applies for all women. Actually, I don't have a favorite color. Banyak orang tanya, actually a lot of people ask me, what's your favorite color? I cannot tell you what's my favorite color. I like neutrals. I know a lot of designers, some of them, oh, I only love nude colors, or I only love pink. But I think I'm okay with any color. I don't find it necessary to compete with other people. The best is to actually push yourself and compete with yourself before anything else. Not constantly fabulous looking. I can assure you that at my workshop, I look just like I'm like in my most basic clothes with no makeup, and trust me, you wouldn't even recognize me. For me, locally, I love Tuan Abang Safi. Her approach for resort, she actually brought back the batik into fashion in Malaysia, and I think that's really awesome. That was really good. Internationally, I like Albert Elbaz of Lanvin. I think he brought the brand. The brand is quite an old brand, but when he entered Lanvin, he actually reinvented the whole look of the brand with his aesthetic, and he's still true to his own aesthetic until now, and he made Lanvin what it is to this day. When a designer designs a collection, the muse has to breathe the brand, wear the brand, walk like the brand, dress like the brand. and that's quite difficult to find here. Like I've said so many times before, every collection I have my girl in my head. I don't want to say it's a muse, she's a muse, but she inspires the collection. Like sometimes I look at my grandmother's old clothes and then she becomes her wardrobe becomes like sort of an inspiration to my new collection. I come by a woman on the internet. It could be someone very famous, it could be someone just a random picture. I don't really feel like I've had a muse before. Yeah. The 5 things a woman should have in her closet would be a pair of black heels, a pair of nude heels, the little black dress, though it's very cliche, but it works all the time, fantastic white shirt, and a pair of jeans. Yeah, the perfect jeans. Yeah. In 10 years, I hope to have my ready-to-wear collections more accessible in Southeast Asia. Would be good if it could reach Europe. Married, I guess. Yeah. If I had the freedom to choose, I want to do everything.
Another short break, but don't go anywhere because Styclopedia is coming up. We are back on Silhouette from the National Textile Museum in Kuala Lumpur, which houses a diverse national textile collection. Speaking of textiles, cashmere, linen, silk are all precious fabrics that require different sets of caring. Hence, the perfect garment care from Philips.
A lot of people didn't think actively when it comes to ironing. The common concern would be the fact that we would love to have a pleasant and swift ironing experience at home without, of course, burning a hole in our clothes and even our pockets. At Philips, great innovation is their focus, with a mission and hope that it will change many lives.
Yeah, Philips has over 65 years of experience in ironing, and we're also the #1 global brand for the last 10 years. So over this time, from the first dry iron to the first electric iron to the first steam iron, and now with the optimal temp that we have put into our steam generators, we are changing the way people iron, because now they no longer have to switch temperatures. They no longer have to sort clothes. They can iron their clothes in half the time. So we are trying to bring to consumers what they need in the most easy way.
Philips understands the different needs and wants of each consumer. Research after research are made tirelessly before coming out with a perfect garment care in the form of a sleek, hassle-free iron. The magic to this great innovation is called Optimal Temp, an innovation that allows you to iron any form of fabrics and materials without having to change a single dial or setting. And it all started by understanding the physics of wrinkle.
I think why does clothes wrinkle? There are 3 main factors that the clothes get wrinkled. Clothes are made from fiber, and within fiber there are polymers that form the fiber. Fiber are then twisted into yarns to weave into clothes. So a wrinkled garment can form when the yarns are displaced or dislocated with respect to each other. It can so happen when the fiber are displaced with respect to each other. It could also be when the polymers in the fiber are displaced with respect to each other, so that they are out of position. And when that happens, you have crooked fiber, you can have crooked yarn, and then as a result of that, you have crumpled clothes, or you have wrinkled clothes. One of the most important things to consider when we want to design an iron is, does it bring the additional benefit or the right benefit for consumer? For example, does it make the ironing goes faster? Does it make the ironing easier? So next to that, we also look at the experience consumer would have. Is it easy to use? Yeah. Is it? Do we take away some of the difficulty that consumer face when they are using an appliance? Thirdly, we also look at the technology. Do we have a robust technology that means that it's going to be reliable and robust, has consistent performance? And finally, we want to make sure it has an appealing design. So altogether then that will make a desirable product. Actually, optimal temp is an iron in which you don't have to change the temperature setting and you can iron all inner fabrics. So how are we able to do this? Is actually because we understand that in order to remove wrinkle, we need to provide heat and moisture to the garment. And we found a way to deliver moisture and heat to the garment at a gentle, safe temperature for all fabrics. So in fact, for all iron fabric, we are not going to get burned or damage to your garment. So we are able to deliver steam, a lot of steam to the garment at this temperature, and because we could do that, therefore we could allow the consumer to iron all iron fabrics at one temperature setting. So there's no need to set the temperature for different kind of fabrics.
Philips also understands the various culture and style of ironing for each and every different countries it set its foot on. The Innovation and Development Department of Philips Garment Care in Singapore ensures the excellent usability and delightful usage of experience of garment care products.
I think one common area of concern that is overall in the world and also in Asia is that people want to get their wrinkles out. So that's the main thing. How can I get my garment flat, my clothes nicely looking? So that's the main thing they are looking and worried about. Another thing that they are really worried about is time, because it's still at the end of the day a chore. It's something they have to do, so they want to have or spend as little time as possible for ironing. One of the main differences is, for example, that in Indonesia people still like to iron on the floor. There's another difference in terms of what they expect towards the result. For some areas people expect really straight and crispy results. In other regions they prefer to have more crumbles, to have the garment rather relaxed instead of fully straight. So these are main differences, and we see that in some countries there are still concerns whether combining electricity with water, so to use a steam iron. So they rather stick to a dry iron, which they are used to, and do the ironing with all the temperature settings without steam instead of going to a steam iron. So one thing is for sure, they want to get out the wrinkles, but they're very concerned about their garment, because the garment at the end of the day it should look nice, and of course it should not be damaged. So one risk or one concern that they have is, how can I make sure that I don't damage my garment, no matter whether I'm ironing silk or linen or something really delicate like polyester or any synthetics. And the thing is, some of the people don't do the ironing by themselves. They have a helper maybe, and they don't really trust, and then maybe you have a very expensive piece of garment, so you want to be really sure that it is nicely done and not damaged. So that's one of the major concerns then, where we also look for our innovation stand to give a solution to iron safely. In general, people are less likely to invest if they have a helper, because they think, I don't mind so much on spending time, I don't need a very fast solution because I don't do it by myself, my helper is doing it. So they don't want to spend maybe that much money onto an iron. For others, they say, for me it's really important to speed up my ironing and to get good and fast results, and then they don't mind on spending some money to get really a good and proper iron or a steam generator in that case to get the job fast done. If you really bring it to a laundry shop or to the dry cleaner, it's really much more expensive. And sometimes it's like that you really need it fast. So you get up in the morning, there's one shirt that is already washed, but it's not ironed, so you need to have a solution at home. So that's then the difference where you say, okay, even if I give it to someone else once in a while, or maybe it's slightly crumbled and you want to refresh it, you still need a solution for ironing.
Time and tide waits for no one, and that's all the time we have for this week. I'm Dahlia Shazwan, signing off for Silhouette. See you next week.